Hey guys, Kicking It Retro here today, and welcome to the final episode of this first team. It has been a phenomenal experience, guys. Like I said, if you guys want to check out the team or play with the team, check out the very first video up in the right-hand side in the cards, and at the very end video, there is a team code in order to rent the team. Let me know your favorite Pokemon. So far, my favorite Pokemon on this team has definitely been Munkidori. It has definitely surprised me. It has hit really hard. It has gotten a lot of Toxic Chains. It has hit a lot of Focus Blast behind Substitute, even in games I didn't have recorded. It has just been a phenomenal experience. Now, looking at this man's team, it is Sticky Web oriented with Zacian and Crown, and that doesn't even need an introduction. So let's go ahead and jump to it and see how this went down versus Jez. We got a good one for you today. He's going to be leading off with a Spidops, and I'm going to be leading off with my Tyranitar. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like we got cheated. I'm hoping for a new Spidops form in the new DLC. They could do a lot of really cool things with it. Unfortunately, he does have the Focus Sash to enable him to get up to Sticky Web. I was hoping that maybe I would hit him before the Sticky Web happens, but even still, the Focus Sash would have held on enough to give him the Sticky Web before the Sandstorm takes him out. So he leads out into a Meowscarada. There are only a couple of things that could happen here. A U-turn, a Superpower if it gets Superpower, or of course it could also just go for a Flower Trick. Well, I quad resist Flower Trick with Corviknight, so this is definitely the switch. There's not too much that Meowscarada could do to Corviknight, short of maybe like Weather Ball or some weirdness like that. But this is a really cool play. I'm going to go for a Defog right here. Go ahead and get that off the board. There goes the Sticky Web. I don't have to deal with that anymore. Let me tell you something about Belly Bolt. This yellow frog, okay, it's like Dennis the Menace from the old cartoons. He is a menace. He is an absolute savage. He is absolutely frustrating. And what's crazy about this is I throw my best check to it, the best thing that can deal with it, my Assault Vest Conkeldurr, and let me tell you, this thing is still a problem. I go for an Ice Punch predicting a switch, and he goes for Chilling Water to reduce my attack. Like, I cannot win versus this thing. And I'm just like, this thing didn't take any damage at all. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do to this thing. And the thing is, with Electromorphosis, no matter what you hit it with, that Parabolic Charge does like half. So yeah, I'm just at green after, and I don't even think I can sub up on this thing. So what I'm trying to think about here is whether I just go for a Psychic or go for a Venoshock under my Poison Terra typing. And I charge him, and he knocks me out with a Parabolic Charge, and Monkey does absolutely nothing this game whatsoever, other than gets the Toxic Chain Poison, which I'm really not too sure is helping with this guy. Like, I don't understand why this thing is so bulky. So I bring out Serendipity, aka Phasendipity. I swear I should just call it Serendipity, because I keep thinking, because Okie Dokie, Okidori, or Hunky Dory, and Serendipity. That's what it's all based on. So anyways, I'm going to set up a Tailwind, and I'm really not 100% sure what I want to do here. I know Ogerpon can resist the Parabolic Charge really, really nicely, and I'm thinking I need some serious attack power to take this thing down. Like, I don't even know how bulky it is from the physical side, and I know I'm just going to get hit with a Chilling Water. So he decides to swap out and go into Flareon. Now, let me explain something before this move happens. Number one, I know Ogerpon is banned to you, but this is the last battle I'll have it. And number two, I thought Mold Breaker actually worked against Flash Fire, but what I forgot is Mold Breaker is only in non-terrestrialized form. That's why it didn't hit. That makes so much sense now. So I continue to be an idiot, not realizing that I've already terrestrialized. Tailwind Peters out, and we do not get paralyzed. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go for U-turn. It is boosted attack. It doesn't do that much to Flareon, but it's a Flareon. And let me tell you something. This Flareon does so much work over nothing. First of all, I get paralyzed, and I'm like, all right, so I can go for a Drain Punch, right? And get that nice Guts boost Drain Punch. Well, Flareon has other plans, like a Fire Fang, to knock me out in one hit from that range. Because Fire Fang Flareon is a thing. Flare Blitz doesn't exist at all. Anyways, I'm going to come in here, set up a Sandstorm as he goes for a Trailblaze, and I'm like, oh my god, this thing has superpower. Get off the field. Just knock it off. Knock it off. Knocks off the Assault Vest. This thing did way too much work on my team. So he's going to bring a Melodic, and I'm looking at this like I have nothing that could come in on a Scald. As he goes for a Protect, I guess just to get the orb off, just to take less damage from the physical attacks. That's pretty good play. I still want to go for the knockoff with T-Tar, I do believe. It is Choice Banded, even though he does indeed burn me on the first hit. But let me tell you something, a burned knockoff does a pretty nice chunk considering that was both burned and the Marvel scale was already introduced. If it's Marvel scale, it might actually be competitive. Anyways, he recovers. I'm hoping to maybe get a crit somewhere, but that doesn't happen at all. Sandstorm racks up a little bit, almost back down to half. I need to bring this thing down to a point that I can knock it out with a +1 Horn Leech. And because I have the neutrality of the grass type, that is what allows me to bring an Ogerpon here, get the embody aspect off again as I come into a Scald, but it's super effective. Again, forgetting I terrestrialized in a full fire type. That was a horrible play. He had no reason not to Scald there. It was completely free no matter what he did, even on Corviknight. So, anyways, Fezandipity coming in again, and I just want to break through Melodic. That is my goal here. I have a burned T-Tar, a Tailwind, Play Rough, Fezandipity that cannot break Melodic, and a Corviknight. I have nothing but physical attacks on a Pokemon that is burned. But can we break through the Melodic? I know we can do this. I know we can do this. So I'm going to bring in Corviknight. I have to resist, well, I have to not get frozen and not get burned. So that is a lot of status affliction. That didn't do anything whatsoever. But Scald is not burning me, so that's kind of cool. I'm hoping that he just chooses to try to go for the attacks. That's what he does. Corviknight goes down. Melodic is down to yellow. And it's almost down by its burn. My Tailwind does peter out, but Fezandipity is faster. So I'm going to go and bring Fezandipity in one more time as I go for another Play Rough. I bring it down to Abysmal Nothing. Abysmal Nothing. A crit would have taken it out from that range. I was so sad. I was like, I'm about to knock this Melodic out. Set up another Tailwind. Guess what? I don't get burned by a Scald. Fezandipity is just not playing around. I'm telling you, this thing is annoying the crap out of me. So now I'm going to put the Sand back up again. Now keep in mind, the majority of the back end of his team can actually be beaten by Fezandipity. So that's why it's really, really important. So anyway, his Melodic goes down to that point. With a Tailwind up, I hit a Rock Slide. I hit the flinch! I hit the flinch and the Sand Stream. Now we're at 11 HP. Melodic is down to its last leg on its burn. And what do? We are almost able to take it out. He goes for a Protect, which allows him to take me out via my own damage, but he also goes down to his as well. So we both have a double down here, and the Melodic has been finally broken down, and the Tailwind peters out. That is unfortunate. But now, Meowscarada would have easily gone down to Fezandipity. There's not too much that this thing can do. Now, keep in mind, I know he's got his Zacian Crown in the back, but Zacian Crown is his ace in the hole, if you will. It's pretty much the only thing that can actually win him this game. And I know that coming into this that I cannot beat Zacian Crown. So I'm going to take this opportunity to go ahead and thank you guys and give you all the love. And you guys, I want to give back everything you've given me. You guys have put me back in full green numbers. You guys have commented, you've liked, you've subbed, you've shared. I've also been active on a couple new accounts that I'm setting up for success and actually staying up with it in the shorts and the videos and all of that. We got one more week and a half maybe before I start getting on another regulated schedule, which I haven't had in a while. I've actually had to come off of my medicine to start said regulated schedule. So I've got to get into the regulated schedule, change my sleep habits again. It's just been a whole thing. Like tonight I go in for third, so I had to actually change my whole habit. I also have this thing to deal with, and with the Parabolic Charge, it finally is to the point after the Toxic that I can knock it out with a couple Play Roughs. And finally, this massive tank is about to go down, leaving only his Zacian Crown. Oh, I forgot this thing has Slack Off too, so it can't be Assault Vest. Anyways, that's crazy how bulky Belly Bolt is even without Assault Vest. But guys, you've been nothing but love and support. If you guys enjoyed the music that we're kicking in today's show, drop a comment down below and let's shoot for 10 likes and 10 comments on this video. Thank you guys so much. Got some new content that isn't Pokemon on your way. Got to get back into the retro games. I've got a lot of stuff to play and a lot of stuff to cover. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart, and I'll see you guys next time. And very fitting that we end this with a Behemoth Blade. Until next time, power on, power off. Good game, Jez, and get ready for the next Scarlet Violet team.